What is up, everybody? It is still May 9th, 2023, and I just wanted to bring something to your attention. We had another close in proximity earthquake to the east coast of the United States. You can see it right here. They're calling it the Bermuda region. It was a 4.3. It was downgraded from a 5.1, so that's pretty significant. And I also wanted to point out the fact that we just had one recently on April 19th that we made a video about, because this one was a little closer to the East Coast. Now, this first earthquake right here back in April was during a solar storm, and there's been a theme going on with earthquakes happening in more rare places than we're used to seeing. I can tell you right now, you do not see earthquakes in this area very often, but I want to show you something else. The reason you can only see the one quake right here, the most recent one about 7 hours ago, is because we're set on the past 2 days of earthquakes rather than the past 30 days, which would bring us back into April, which is why you saw that second quake right here on the USGS. But if you watched my previous video, we've been talking about a set of M-class solar flares that have just recently left the sun, and in my opinion are already causing issues in weird places, just like this one we're looking at right here from 7 hours ago at a depth of 4.7 miles. That is very, very shallow. Now, also, I want you to take a look at this weird swarm of earthquakes going on up in Canada, all of which have taken place within the last few hours themselves, or at least reported earthquakes. Again, some of these can be disregarded, but to see a pattern like that is very, very odd. Now, that's not all. As we zoom in here, I want to show you something else. Take a look at this swarm that's taken place between New Jersey, Long Island, New York, and again, to see these clusters of reported shaking or seismic-like events is not normal, and I truly believe it has to do with what we talked about earlier today with the set of 3 large M-class solar flares. Again, just take a look at the Enlil chart here and look at the amount of energy being launched at Earth. This is a whole separate chart than we looked at before. So they're measuring the second set of M-class solar flares, which we've had even another one since we spoke last. You could see here on spaceweather.com, they are clearly monitoring this situation, and it says strong solar flare activity continued. Reverse polarity sunspot EARTHQUKES just unleashed a double solar flare. That is why you're seeing all this weird action take place in this one little spot of the sun, which is considered Earth-facing. We will feel the energy of this. Based on the energy you can see coming off the sun, and this little dot right here is Earth. So this is not just 1, not 2, not 3, but now 4 M-class solar flares. In fact, since May 8th, we have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 M-class solar flares. 2 of each have almost reached X-class level. So this is some serious information. And again, I can't stress this enough. I guarantee we are going to feel the effects of this on Earth, and we already have been. And I certainly believe that is why we had this very shallow 4.3 downgraded from a 5.1, 5.2. It was something around that range. And then jumping back to volcano discovery, this weird grouping of seismic events or reports happening, and then this very deep grouping of events taking place in New York and New Jersey. My friends, there's definitely something going on with our sun. I know we are in some sort of peak type season when it comes to the sun, but to see this type of energy consistently coming off the sun in rapid succession is certainly something I would keep your eyes on. And just to give you one more visual here, just take a look at this. Since the 8th, we're talking about a lot of M-class solar flares, and they're starting to peak out at higher and higher energy levels. So I want you to know this, and I want you to pay attention to it moving forward. Again, I will keep you guys updated on all this information. And until then, shout out to Canada, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.